Hey guys, Maedhros here. The UGC brackets came out, as you can see, and so I thought I'd go over them, specifically about Obadongo, and just see how his bracket will go and make predictions and stuff like that, just to give my thoughts on the thing. I really like listening to people like Tafo doing these stuff, so I thought I would give it a try and see how well I could do. Anyways, so starting off in the finals of pools, you have Obadongo versus Nakat. Now, looking it up, I could not find any matches between them, nothing at all, so I'm assuming it is a 0-0 in the time that Obadongo has been playing Mewtwo. However, I will have to give it to Obadongo, just because while Nakat is good, he doesn't have nearly as much results, and he hasn't taken out nearly as many top players as Obadongo has. So just looking at their skill levels, I have to give it to Obadongo. Now, if Obadongo were to win that match, which I believe he shall, he would go on to fight Anti. So you have Anti-Obadongo right down here. So this one is interesting. The last time they fought was at the Big House 5, and that came down to Game 5 last hit when Anti's Luigi sealed it with the Cyclone. And since then, nothing. No Mewtwo, Anti, nothing like that. However, Anti has fought a couple of Mewtwo's. He has fought Wadi at Obadongo Saga, and he lost there. And he fought Rich Brown at Evo, I believe, and he won there. So, going off of that, I can't really say, oh yeah, Anti has enough matchup experience to easily beat Obadongo here. Obadongo versus Mario's. Obadongo's really only fought Ally before, and that is currently 2-1 in Ally's favor. So I really can't call that. I'm going to assume Anti is going to counterpick, probably counterpicking to Cloud, maybe Diddy Kong. Wadi did beat his Diddy Kong, so I don't know exactly what he's planning on doing for that. But it'll be interesting to see nonetheless. If Obadongo were to win this match, he would go on to fight Nairo or Zenodo. I have to say that I don't know what is going to happen between Nairo and Zenodo, but I'll just go as the bracket is showing it. So Obadongo Nairo would be interesting. I think Obadongo could take it. However, I really don't know. Thinking on it, these two haven't really fought and since the Nico Championship when Obadongo was still maining Meta Knight. So when it comes down to it, I think Nairo would take it. Just because it's Nairo, skill, how it goes, I think I'd have to give it to Nairo in that case. But in the end, I really don't know. I can't call that, basically. If Obadongo were to lose, he would go down and fight 6WX. Now, looking at this, Obadongo, I believe... Let me see. Yes, Obadongo is up 1-0. They fought at Evo. So, I believe Obadongo could take it, although 6WX does have a ton of matchup experience. He fights Wadi at basically every Xanadu, and I believe he is currently up in those matches at Xanadu. And he also fights Blue, another Tri-State Mewtwo, at Weeklies in Pennsylvania. So, he definitely has the matchup experience. It just depends on whether or not he can get the upper hand, especially with Obadongo's Sonic experience. So assuming Obadongo wins, so if this match previous is 6WX versus Saj. Now Obadongo has actually beaten Saj, so either way that it goes, I believe that Obadongo will still win that match. Although I think I'll have a harder time fighting Saj than he will 6WX. Alright, so moving on, Obadongo Zenodo. The last time Obadongo fought Zenodo was at CEO, and Obadongo lost. That was I don't know. I thought Abadango could take that set. Zenodo wasn't really destroying him per se. I think Abadango was just like really against the Diddy Kong matchup. I think he sort of dug himself into a hole. However, the Diddy Kong matchup is definitely not fun. So when it comes to that, I wouldn't be surprised to see Abadango go straight for the Mega Man, which would be a very good pick because I don't remember ever seeing Zenodo fight a Mega Man. I don't remember any Mega Mans in the Midwest area. So I think that Abadango could take it. Though, if I don't know, there's a chance Abadango could take it, but also this would be the first time when I'm like, okay, Abadango could be just knocked out of the tournament here. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes if it comes to be. Though looking at Zenodo's bracket, it's pretty likely that that's what's going to happen, him fighting Pugwest in losers and Nairo in winners. Otherwise, Abadango could fight Nairo here, so I had no clue how that would go. And if he beats Zenodo, he gets to fight Kameme. Now, looking at their records, it is currently 2-1 for Kameme. That is mainly because of Umebura 25 when people like, or basically CLG went out to Umebura. And Kameme took it over Abadango in winners finals and grand finals. However, I distinctly remember that Abadango has beaten Kameme previously, multiple times. So I couldn't find proof of that though, but I do remember hearing it often. So anyways, that is definitely going to be a close one at the very least. It could go in anyone's favor really, depending on the day. Just depending on the day. So, and actually he might not even fight Kameme because it is Kameme 0. So yeah, he's probably going to be fighting 0 there unless 0 really got the Mega Man matchup down. So we'll see how that one goes. Okay, anyway, moving on to top 8. Top 8, I can't call anything. Yeah. So if Abadango gets into top 8, I have no clue. He could beat everyone here, he could also lose to everyone here. I think he's sort of in the same bracket as Larry, Lure, and Void, where yeah, they can take out top players, but they don't really win much. They're extremely good, but they just have those 1 or 2 players that they don't beat as often, for whatever reason. So yeah, anyway, that's my findings on the matchup. What's going to go on? I think that Abadango has a good chance to make it to top 8. However, I see him losing in losers round 5 or losers round 4. Just depending on if he beats Anti or not. Because this is really just hard matches. They're winnable, but they're very hard. They're not easy. It's like grand finals. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I want to move on to who could possibly win the tournament. I want to look at that because I think that that's really interesting. Because you have 0, you have MK Leo, you have who else? Ally, and you have Kameme. Now, I'm going to start off with 0. 0's bracket is not looking too easy, but not too difficult at the same time. He has to go up against Ryuga, who is a very good Korin player. He used to play Ike, if I remember correctly, and he's from the Midwest. So Ryuga is extremely good. He placed well at the Big House 6, though I don't remember what exactly, and who he took out, but he did a good run. After that, 0 has to fight Pink Fresh and then Kameme. I am definitely going to say he has to fight Kameme in the quarterfinals, simply because Kameme is going to beat Mr. R. Just looking at results from Smashdown World, there's too high of a chance. Kameme has beaten Mr. R at EVO, Smashdown World, and possibly even somewhere else I can't remember, but those have always been very convincing. So I have to say Kameme is going to beat Mr. R and move on to fight 0. Now this match right here all comes down to how well has 0 learned the Mega Man matchup. That's plain and simple. 0 could get bodied if Kameme has adapted enough. However, if Kameme has sort of stayed the same level as Evo, just gotten a bit better steadily, while Zero has labbed out the matchup, learned that, studied Kameme, then I have to give Zero the upper hand in this match. However, this again comes down to a coin toss. I can't call it. It all depends on how much work Zero has put in and how much work Kameme has put in. I believe that Mega Man does win the matchup, and Mega Man has a lot of things, but Diddy Kong players have really been finding out this new stuff, this new jank to really hit Mega Mans. Okay. Now, moving on to top 8. Zero has to fight Larry Lur. This is where I go backwards. Larry Lur, MK Leo. Now, this is weird. Larry Lur was seeded higher, most likely because MK Leo simply does not have the results to back up giving him a higher seed. Everyone says, yes, he's amazing, he is very, very good, however, he just doesn't have the results. So, yeah, sorry. But, looking at this, I think Larry Lur has a chance, assuming Fox... Actually, no. Yeah, if MK Leo goes Marth, I have to give it to MK Leo. Just because Marth can really hurt Fox, and MK Leo's talent with Marth would be so hard for Larry Lur to overcome. Yeah, I have to give that to MK Leo. If MK Leo goes like Cloud Meta Knight, then Larry Lur has a chance, I would say. But if MK Leo goes Marth, I have to call it in his favor. Just thinking on it, thinking on the matchup, thinking on previous things, I have to give it to MK Leo here. So that would put it to be 0 MK Leo. This is what I'm calling it, 0 MK Leo. This one I have to call for 0, even though all of their sets have come down to really last hit. Zero has always clutched it out. Zero has always proved dominance over him. They played at Gommel in 0-1 when he made his comeback. They played recently at Qatar and 0-1 both times. So yeah, I just have to call that in his favor. Zero moving on to fight Ally. I don't know. Recently it's been seeming to swing back into Zero's favor. That is still very much so a mix-up, and I don't want to call it. Yeah, I don't want to call winners finals and losers semifinals and on. That is just way too dependent on so many factors, because any of these people could be in grand finals. Or going back, any of these people could be in top 8. There's too many variables in this to call it. So as to whether I think Zero will win the tournament, if Zero has to go up versus Ally, I call it a toss-up. I personally really like Zero. He's one of my favorite players, so I want to say he'll win, but that is probably bias. Okay, so moving on to my next person I want to look at, MK Leo. MK Leo's bracket is Mars, which I definitely think he can take. In this, I think MK Leo should go Cloud or Meta Knight instead of Marth, simply because Mars' brother is Pug West, a very good Marth player. So Mars definitely has the matchup experience required. So I think MK Leo will take that. There's a high chance he will, and then I think he'll beat Larry Lur. Moving on into top 8, he'll have to fight Zero. I think he'll lose. So here, he would go down to... Shoot. Okay, so that one's probably going to be MK Leo Salem. Which, again, I have to call for Salem. Looking at Qatar, Salem convincingly beat MK Leo there. Really convincingly. So I have to give it there. I do not think MK Leo will be able to win this tournament. There's a chance, but the ways the stars are aligned right now, I do not think so. I think it is definitely going to be out in the losers quarterfinals, maybe losers round 1. He has a chance to get to semifinals, but I don't think so. Yeah, just how it's going right now, it doesn't look like that. Okay, the next person I want to look at, Ally. So, Ally has to fight Captain Zack, Salem. Oh, who does he have to fight? C2. He has to fight Ned. Okay, so you are Ned. Letter U, letter R. Ned is the best player in Chicago now, I believe. From what I've seen, he is very good. Mr. R sort of destroyed him a couple of days ago at Ignition. So we'll see how, like, Ned is good. I do not think he is top tier, but he is very, very good. Oh, and the Ally has been saying that the Cloud Mario matchup is not that good. Anti has been saying that as well. So we'll really see how that goes. I think Ally will take it though. And then Captain Zack and Salem is just sad. That's going to be a lot of Bayonetta. Yeah. So, I think Ally will take it over Captain Zack, and I think it's a toss-up between Ally and Salem. They are both insanely good players, and when it comes down to it, I'm going to give it to Ally on merit, as Ally has more results and has taken more names than Salem has at this point. However, I really cannot call it between them. Okay, so Ally Nairo. Who does Nairo have to fight? He has to fight Anti. Ally Nairo. I actually didn't look at this. I don't know these matchup numbers. However, as recent memory serves, they haven't fought super recently, and I believe it is in Ally's favor at the moment. Of course, it goes into Ally 0 after that, and I don't want to call that. And then, yeah, so that's basically Ally. I think he has a very good chance to win the tournament. About the same chance as 0 winning the tournament. He can definitely do it. I do not know if he will or not. Okay, so who was my last one? Oh, Kameme. Okay, so Kameme has to go and he has to fight Mr. R. What does he have to fight in pools? He has to fight Vinny in pools. I think he'll beat Vinny. He seems to really have a good grasp of the Sheik matchup, and Vinny is not as good as he once was. Simply for various reasons, he took that long break, and he hasn't really come back to his level of amazingness that he was before the break. So, beats Vinny. I'm gonna say he's gonna beat Mr. R, and then between this, you know what? Yeah, if Kameme wins and he has to fight MK Leo, I cannot call that. I have no basis to say, oh, Kameme can win this, or MK Leo can win this. There's really no basis. I think they're about the same level of skill. So I'd have to call MK Leo Kameme a toss-up matchup. But I think, and if Kameme were to win here, win versus 0, win versus MK Leo, then he would have to fight Ally, and I believe Ally will take that again. So I think Kameme's chances of winning are rather slim. So if he does lose 2-0 though, he would go down here to fight Abadongo, which is another toss-up matchup. There's a chance he'll fight Zenodo, which I believe he will win, but if he fights Abadongo, I really have no clue. That could go any way. And top 8, he'd have to fight Anti, which I think Anti can pull that out. Yes, they haven't played before, but I think merit. I think Kameme isn't super comfortable versus Mario's from what I've seen. So we'll see how that goes out. I think Anti can take it, so don't quote me on that. That might just be bias. Anyway, so as my thought process goes, I think 0 and Ally are the real people to come in and take the tournament. The possibles are Kameme and Kameme and maybe Nairo could take it from the looks of it. So yeah, let me know what you thought. I know this was a really long video. I am first time I've ever done anything like this, so please give me some input. I'll try to improve these as I'm going on, but I really like doing these and researching, looking up and stuff like that. So yeah, please leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'll try to do any improvements you may suggest, if I think they're improvements. And yeah, so yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.